What is up, you beautiful people? I am Mr. Riddlesworth. Welcome to a quick chat about why it is important to keep your PC cool. So yes, welcome. It's kind of a tutorial talky video, but I hope you guys find it informative. I do apologise for the red gammy eye. I got something in it at work and only managed to go to the accident emergency centre to get it removed. It was part of a little bug. But yeah, my eye's still quite irritated, so that's why I've got time to make a video today, because, you know, my eye was really swollen and glued shut this morning, so I couldn't drive to work, so therefore, day off sick. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So, the importance of keeping your system cool is all about performance, really. If your computer gets too hot, it does a thing called thermal throttling, which both CPUs and GPUs tend to do quite a lot if you use it quite a lot and you like to keep your things on really high settings so that it looks nice and plays beautiful. And one of the best ways to keep things cool, especially when it comes to the CPU, is using an all-in-one cooler and making sure that you have a very efficient airflow. As you can see from the screen right now, I have the all-in-one cooler at the front with fans feeding in push-pull, which means the front fans push the air in and the back ones pull the air out. And I have 3 fans on the top back corner to draw the air that way across the board, keeping all the RAM and all the North Bridge and South Bridge parts cool, and to also feed an ample supply to the graphics card and the power supply, which you can see I've installed upside down, and this is all about the cooling of it. If you have it facing out of the case, it tends to draw in warm air from the room and it doesn't really have an efficient cooling, whereas if you do it the way that I've got it here, it will keep your power supply nice and cool, so you won't have any overheating and cutting out issues. Same with the graphics card. And now when you get a graphics card, I know that it's got a big fancy cooler on, and you'd think that it'd draw air in from the side along the fins, but that's not how they work. They actually draw it in from the bottom of the card through the fans and blow it out sideways. So the way that I've got it now, the air will evacuate out the side of the card and up the face of the case and then out through the top. So yeah, that's the best way to keep something cool, is to have ample airflow. So any cases that have front and top mounting for all-in-one coolers are the best ones, because you can stick all the fans you want on there and keep your gaming rig really cool. Especially if you're like me, you like to push it and overclock it. But that's a discussion for those that want to get into overclocking. If you do something like this anyway, most CPUs and motherboards have an automatic overclock, which would use your temperature as the gauge for how much power to give your CPU, and basically the cooler you've got it, the more performance you'll get anyway. But with graphics cards, they're different. You've got to do it manually by using a piece of graphics card management software. And I have tried a lot over the years. I've tried Gigabyte's own, Asus, the first initial MSIs, Afterburners. They were really good, but the new one is absolutely amazing, and that's the one I'm going to use now to demonstrate how good it is at keeping your components cool with a piece of software like this. For the CPUs, you can get overclocking software, especially for AMDs. I use something called AMD Overdrive. It's quite an efficient piece of equipment, but when you're overclocking, it's a lot better to do it manually, by adjusting frequencies and stuff on your BIOS settings. But like I said, that's another conversation for another day. So right here, you can see on screen the MSI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load up a game that eats graphics card processing power for breakfast, which at the minute is miscreated. Now everything is turned to ultra. Once I join a server, you will see the temperature of the graphics card raise drastically. Okay, so we're in game now. As you can see from the MSI Afterburner window, the card limit for this is 83 degrees Celsius. Now, we won't be hitting it now, but you will see the temperature increase and the megahertz will slow down a little bit. Okay, so it's already risen 22 degrees. And with constant playing, you know, it will get warmer and warmer. And as your room tends to get warmer with the exhaust coming out of the PC, it just keeps climbing and climbing. But what we're going to do now is turn on the manual overclocking utilities, which you select a cogwheel, go to fans, and enable user-defined software. And this is one that I've programmed in myself because it's the most efficient. It's not too steep and it's not too shallow, so it doesn't get too warm and it doesn't get too loud. So I just click OK on that, and you can hear the fans warm up straight away. Jump back in the game, and that temperature should decrease drastically, quite fast actually, and then the fans will slow down as the fan's cooled. Already gone down 5 degrees, which is good, but around 60 degrees stable is good. You know, you want that main temperature, and when you're streaming, obviously your computer's doing a lot more work, so it's going to warm up a lot faster. Something like this can help stop that. I'm just going to exit that game. It dropped to 60, which was, you know, which was a good temperature, and it would have held there if I'd played the game longer, but I just wanted it to get to that point. Once you enable your own fan controlled cooling, things will stay a lot cooler. You won't get any frame drops, because that usually happens when your card gets too warm. That's basically it. Keeping your system cool increases its efficiency, and you know, you don't struggle from it. So yeah, if you've got a lot of problems and you've got a, you know, really high spec computer, usually this is the issue. It's lack of airflow and it's temperature. It's hitting your computer and it's throttling its performance to the point where it practically cripples you. So that's it, guys. If you want a cool PC, if you want a PC that runs smoothly all the time, guaranteed, increase your airflow, get an all-in-one cooler, and get front and top mounting cooling solutions. So that's it. I hope you guys found it informative. If you didn't, tell me. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you found it useful. Much love and peace out.